Hey people, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin Show. Thanks for joining, liking, and subscribing, and all that other stuff. Okay, so what's going on? Someone sent this to me and frantically asking, Mike, please read this. You were right to read this. All right, what do we got for you today? Well, I got a story and a half, so here goes. Canadians fleeing Ontario is accelerating. So they're not fleeing Toronto, they're not fleeing Ottawa, they're not fleeing the GTA, they're fleeing the province of Ontario is accelerating. Alberta becomes the top destination. So Canadians fleeing Ontario is nothing new. What have we said on the channel? So here it is. This is what we put up on our channel. 2 years ago, it's older than 2 years, and I'll prove that to you, because every time it says 2 years, it's always 3 or 4. Toronto is the most unhappiest city in Canada. No one has money anymore, debt-driven economy. So there it is right there. Get out of Toronto by 2020. Top 10 reasons why I left Toronto. You will be taxed to death. 4 years ago. Toronto piece of crap house, opportunities of a lifetime. So they have homes for like $2 million that are realistically worth 10 grand in Alabama. Danger. Toronto housing market is in danger of collapse. And that was 7 months ago, and we were starting to see money laundering. Money laundering is the process of changing large amounts of money. And Toronto mass exodus is real. Toronto worst commute in North America. Toronto housing ripoff. Toronto GTA housing crisis. Greater Toronto real estate prices fell 22,000, and now we're starting to see the correction. But look at this from 2 years ago. 2 years? I don't think so. Look at that. It's before the you know what. That's the Crane City video, right? Right? Watch this. Toronto and Ukraine City, more investment opportunity for money launderers from China. And there it is. Toronto housing market in danger of... over half of Toronto can't afford a one-bedroom. Get out now. Again, more than 2 years ago. Escape expensive Toronto now, and Vancouver. It will be a wasteland by 2023. So Toronto wins as the most poverty capital of Canada. So I'm not just... I grew up in Toronto. I grew up on the Dufferin and St. Clair. I will say Dufferin and Lawrence. In between Dufferin and St. Clair and Dufferin and Lawrence area. Dufferin and Eglinton area. As a kid growing up. From Portuguese immigrant parents and all that whole 9 yards, and that whole, growing up and being part of the community and growing and being social, the whole 9 yards. And in my heart, Toronto will always have a place, where I grew up and was a part of. You know what I'm saying? So Canadians fleeing Ontario is accelerating. Alberta becomes top destination. So there it is. Affordable provinces are in, and expensive provinces are out for Canadian residents, because Canadians can no longer afford to buy or even rent in the cities they were born and raised and educated in. We looked at Q1 2022 Interprovincial Migration data and found a big shift of moving patterns. Ontario, once considered Canada's opportunity hub, is now seeing people leave in droves. Alberta and Nova Scotia, formerly known for losses, are now the top destinations for Canadians looking for change. So net interprovincial migration, we spoke about that. And Alberta, BC, and Nova Scotia led for net inflows. So people are moving there. So you can get the full article on Better Dwelling if you want to read it there. And there's a video too, okay? And Ontario seeing residents flee to other parts of Canada rapidly. The biggest loser might surprise anyone who's not from the province. Ontario, the province saw the net outflow of 11,566 people in Q1 of 2022. It kind of reminds me of this. Same numbers. Aboriginals and whites leaving Vancouver. And that was over 4+ years ago. So this video right here, why we left Brampton, top 5 reasons. But right there, that's what we put there. Aboriginals and whites leaving Vancouver. And the numbers almost match. Believe it or not, almost match these numbers. It's about that many people in the quarters that were leaving Vancouver back many years ago. It nearly doubled, plus 96%. Last year's net loss, it was followed by Manitoba with an outflow of 2,229. So who's going to be on the hook for the taxes? Who's going to be on the hook for paying for maintaining these cities? We've discussed this many times on the channel. You can see who's going to pay the tax. Who's on the hook for all these... pensions for all these government workers. What's going to happen? So it's a pretty scary thought. Let's take a look at the time machine again. I'm actually kind of interested. In what we talked about here. So let's keep going. Toronto wins poverty capital of Canada. Another real estate ripoff. A sudden 113% spike in Toronto condo fees sparks nasty dispute. So condo fees going up, taxes going up, everything. So this is what we have in Toronto. Half of Toronto can't afford a one-bedroom. My opinion, Toronto will be a wasteland or empty shell by 2023. The real estate deterioration, it's deterioration. Sorry, they will need to drastically raise taxes to keep these cities operating at basic minimum. Look at that. Wow. So this is what we said about, there's the video there. So when they says 2 years ago, it's, before the what. And then here goes here. So what do we say? Get out. Get out of Sydney. Leave Canada now. Top 5 reasons. Get out of Surrey, Burnaby, 5 years ago. Get out of Vancouver, price hikes for 2017, 5 years ago. So it keeps going. There's my little modest home I bought in little town of Merritt. And get out of Vancouver. Housing is ruined 5 years ago. Nobody listened to, get out of Sydney, Australia, right? I've been saying this for a lot. Why we left Brampton, Ontario, big city versus small town. Sad to see that the way of the Canadian dream is no longer. That all you needed in Canada in 1987 or 86 was a job, and you had everything. Oh, Mike, you need this income and this and that bracket. No, all you needed was a job. And you had it all. Now, you need 4 jobs to eat. And that's where it's going right now. Anyways, guys, I look forward to reading your comments below like I always do. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.